Hi, 7th grade. Welcome to your review of topic 4. Number 1, the price of nails N is $1.29 per pound. The price of washers W is 79 cents per pound. And the price of bolts B is $2.39 per pound. Write an expression to represent the total price of the supplies. So total price and expression are our key vocabs. So nails are $1.29 per pound of nails. So it's going to be $1.29 times N. Washers are 0.79 W, because W stands for washers, and bolts is 2.39 B. And we want to find the total cost, so we're adding. There's our expression. Remember, it's an expression, so we don't want an equal sign. Part B, what is the total cost of buying 2 pounds of nails? So I'm going to rewrite my expression, but instead of N, I'm going to put 2 plus 4 pounds of washers, so 0.79 instead of W, I'm going to put 4, and 3 pounds of bolts, so 2.39, and instead of B, I'm going to put 3. So now I follow my rules of PEMDAS. I have to do all the multiplication first. So 1.29 times 2 gives me 2.58 plus 0.79 times 4 is 3.16, and 2.39 times 3 is 8.7. So we're going to add them all together. And that gives us a total of $14.44 amounts. Number 2. During a walkathon, Team A walks a total of 6x plus 12 miles, and Team B walks a total of 4x minus 7 miles. What is the difference in miles walked between the two teams? So we want to subtract, because that's how you find the difference. So we're going to put both expressions in parentheses. 6x plus 12 and 4x minus 7. Okay, remember we put the -1, we put the 1 in, distribute the 1 in. So we're going to rewrite it 6x plus 12. -1 times 4x is -4x. -1 times -7 is +7. Combine like terms. 6x minus 4x is 2x. And 12 plus 7 is 19. So D. Which expression is equivalent to -3/4 times 32 plus 24e minus 4f? So I'm going to distribute. Easiest will probably be to take that -3/4 and make it -0.75 times 32 plus 24e minus 4f. So I'm going to distribute -0.75 times 32 equals -24. -0.75 times 24 equals -18e. And -0.75 times -4 equals +3f. So that matches with this third one. But it says select all that apply, and that's usually my hint that there might be more than one answer. So the first one is a +24. I know I'm looking for a -24. Second one has a -24. It has a -18e and a +3f. So this one's right as well. This is just using the commutative property. And then we have an 8. Well, there's no 8 in my expression, so that's not the right one. All right, number 4. Simplify the expression. The first thing I want to do is distribute, multiply. So that's 2x minus 12 plus, and I can do 2 times 8, which is 16. Combine like terms. So the 2x stays 2x. -12 plus 16 is +4. It's A. Number 5, the manager of a store marks up all items by 10%. If X is the original price, what expression represents the new price with a markup? Select all that apply. So we're starting originally at X. It's a markup, so we know we're adding. And we're adding 10%. Remember, 10% is 10 over 100, which is equal to 0.1. So it's 10% of the original price. So that takes care of this one. But now I also know that these are like terms, so I combine them. Technically, there's a 1 in front of that X. 1 plus 0.1 is 1.1x. So it's also this one. I know it's not the first one because that's less than 1. We know it's a markup, so we want to go higher. Same thing with the last one. It's subtracting. It's a markup, not a mark down. And this second one is just the original price. Number 6. There are 10x minus 8 customers in store on Monday and 6x plus 16 customers on Tuesday. What is the total number of customers for the 2 days? So we have to add 10x minus 8 plus 6x plus 16. Combine like terms. 10x plus 6x is 16x. Negative 8 plus 16 is positive 8. So our answer is D. Number 7, the height of the water in a fish pond is 42.5 inches. Water is being drained, so it's taking away from the pool at a rate of 3.7 inches per minute. What is the height of the water after 3 minutes? So we're starting at 42.5, and it's being drained. So minus 3.75 per minute. So that's my expression that I'm going to use. But now they want to know what's going to happen after 3 minutes. So instead of M, I'm going to plug in 3. So I do my multiplication first. So I'm going to leave my 42.5 and that subtraction. So I do 3.75 times 3 equals 11.25. So now I do the subtraction. 42.5 minus 11.25 gives me 31.25 inches. That makes sense to me because we know water is being drained. So we should have less water in the pool than I started with. All right, number 8. What are 2 different ways of factoring negative 5x minus 15? Well, I know the factors of 5 and 15. Let's see, 5 is just 1 and 5, and 15 is 1 and 15, and 3 and 5. So the GCF is 5, which makes sense because you see the 5 on all of these. So I'm going to take out a 5, divide out a 5. When I divide out the 5, I know it doesn't disappear. Negative 5x divided by 5 is negative 3x. Negative 15 divided by 5 is negative 5. So I have that answer. Oh, I did something wrong. Beep, 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 back up. I hope someone caught that. Negative 5x divided by 5 is negative 1x. So it's just negative x. So that's why I could catch myself again. Wow. Guess I forgot how to divide by 5. Negative 15 divided by 5 is negative 3. No wonder none of my answers matched. So that's the third one. But I can also divide out a negative 5. So if I divide out a negative 5, that's going to give me positive x plus 3. So that is the second one. You can also play the multiple choice game and just try them all. Distribute in and see that which ones work and which ones don't. I know this one doesn't work because positive 5 times positive x does not give me negative 5x. It gives me positive 5x. The next one, negative 5 times x does give me negative 5x, but negative 5 times negative 3 gives me positive 15, and I want negative 15. All right, number 9. Match each equivalent expression to its equivalent expression. Match each expression to its equivalent. So I have x minus 2/3 minus 1/2 x. So I want to combine like terms. I got an x here, x here. This is technically 1x. If there's no number in front, it's a 1. So I want to do what's 1x minus 1/2 of an x. Well, $1 minus 1/2 a dollar is 1/2 a dollar. 1 whole minus 1/2 is 1/2. So it's 1/2 x minus 2/3. The next one, x minus 1/2 minus 3/4 x. Again, this is 1x. I want to combine like terms. 1x is like saying 4/4x minus 3/4x minus 1/2. So 4/4 minus 3/4 is 1/4x minus 1/2. And the last one we know goes, but let me prove it to you. We've got 1/3 x minus 3/4 x minus, oh no, just 3/4 minus 2/3 x. So I've got my x's. 1/3 minus 2/3 is 1/3 negative minus 3/4. And boom, that works. That's what we were looking for. All right, number 10. Use the expression below, 30b minus 6c. Factor the expression using the GCF. So I want to find the factors of 30 and 6. So 30 is 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, 4 doesn't go in, but 5 and 6. And then 6 is 1 and 6, 2 and 3. So our GCF is 6. So we're going to divide out a 6. Remember, the 6 doesn't disappear, it goes on the outside. 5b minus c. Remember, you can always check your work by distributing if you'd like. What is the value of the expression when b equals -4 and c equals 1? So we are going to plug in, instead of b, I'm going to put in -4. And instead of c, I'm going to put in 1. So then I'm going to rewrite my expression. 6. 5 times -4 is -20 minus 1. I can follow PEMDAS inside the parentheses. -20 minus 1 is -21. 6 times -21 is going to be, I know it's negative because a positive times a negative, and then it's going to be 126. If you couldn't do it with your new expression, you could have already put it back into the original expression. So this is another way to do it. 30b minus 6c. So same thing. 30, instead of b, I'm putting in -4. Minus 6, instead of c, I'm putting in 1. So 30 times -4, positive times the negative, is giving me a -120. And then -6 times 1 is -6. -120 minus 6 is -126. So same answer. Both ways work. Number 11, use the expressions below. Simplify. So I've got a 5b plus 3b. That's 8b. I've got positive 3c minus 15c. That's -12c. Then I have a -20. Oops, should have done a different. -20 plus 4 is -16. Factor the simplified expression using the GCF. GCF of 8, 12, and 16 is 4. So I take a 4 out, and then 8 divided by 4 is 2b. -12c divided by 4 is -3c, and -16 divided by 4 is -4. So again, plugging in the values. So I've got 4 times 2. Instead of b, I'm going to put in a 2. Instead of c, I'm going to put in a -3. Oops, I should have done that in blue. This is my substitution. We've got our -4. So I'm going to multiply. 2 times 2 is 4. -3 times -3 is +9. And we've got our -4. Inside the parentheses, 4 plus 9 minus 4 equals 9. 4 times 9 is 36. You could also plug those back into the original expression and still get the same answer like we did before. Quickly, Joseph has $60 in his savings account. He deposits, which means he puts 12 in each week. Which expression is equivalent? So 60 plus 12x works. 12x plus 60 works. We could also divide out 12, and that's 12, 5 plus w. Okay, good luck on your test.